Alright, so before we start warming up, today all we will need is a kettlebell. If you have multiple kettlebells, feel free to grab a heavy one and a light one. If you don't have any kettlebells, you can substitute a dumbbell for pretty much all of these moves. If you don't have any weights at home right now, grab a bag of rice, grab a can of paint, grab a small animal or a toddler. You definitely have something around your house right now that you can use as a weight, so you don't have any excuses for this. While you're grabbing those, let's start warming up. So we're going to keep our hips locked in place. We're drawing big circles with our arms. Starting to loosen up our shoulders. And draw those circles backwards now. You're going to hug your right arm to your body. And you're going to rotate to the left side of the room. And switch sides. I'm still missing you guys. I hope that we can work out together soon. Facing forward, alternating front lunge. Get those legs woken up. Getting deep into it. Making sure that as you're doing this, you're keeping your shoulders over your hips. So you're not stepping forward and then leaning into it. You're keeping your shoulders right over your hips the entire time. Keep this going. And bring it down to the ground. Coming into our plank, we're going to start to tap our shoulders. And we're still just waking up the body right now, trying to get the blood flowing. And now we're tapping our knees. So bring your legs in like you're doing mountain climbers. Tap your knees. Trying to keep your shoulders and your hips stable. Making sure your butt's not coming up into the air. Now we're tapping our toes out to the sides. Bring your right foot next to your right hand. Start to pulse your hips. Just trying to open up our legs now. Point your right hand up to the ceiling. Back into your plank. And switch. So now you have your left foot by your left hand, you're pulsing your hips. Modification for this one, if you don't have the mobility to do that, rest your right knee on the ground and just sink your hips into it as much as you can. Now we're going left hand up to the ceiling. Back into our plank. Walk your hands back and come on up to standing. So again, we really only need one kettlebell today, unless you want to switch weights between leg and upper body stuff. So if you want two different weights, that's fine, but we're only going to be using one kettlebell at a time. Once I get the timer started, our warm-up, we're doing every minute on the minute, and it's going to be a fun warm-up for our workout. For those of you not familiar, when we do the every minute on the minute, you have 60 seconds. I'm going to be giving you the time during this, and I'll let you know like when we get to our halfway mark and everything. Whatever moves I say that we're doing, you have 60 seconds to complete them. We're going to be doing 4 rounds for each block that we do. If, like our first one, We're doing 15 jumping jack swings and 10 balancing tricep press. If we get to that 60-second mark and you're 5 tricep press in instead of 10, you're not going to finish the round. You're going to go right back to the first move. We're doing that 4 times, and the only break you get is if we're at 45 seconds and you finish all the moves, then you get a little bit of a break until I say round 2. So these are going to be in 60-second blocks. We have 4 rounds. So when I get the timer started, 15 jumping jack swings. Modify as you need to. If you're not comfortable with the jumping jack swing, do regular swings. If you're not comfortable with regular swings, you're doing a basic deadlift. If you're not comfortable with any of these moves, message me after the workout is over, and I'll FaceTime with you or something, and we'll go over some basic movements. So the jumping jack swing is your basic swing. So 2-hand grip. You're going to hinge as the kettlebell comes up and is weightless. Feet together, feet apart, back down into your swing. So from the front, swing, feet together, feet apart, and swing. You need to make sure that your legs are apart during the swing, or you're going to smack yourself in the knees. So 15 jumping jack swings, followed by 10 balancing tricep press. I don't care how you're holding the kettlebell. We're going to get our right leg off the ground. We're going to keep our biceps locked to our ears as we do our tricep press. Right leg the entire time. We're going to be going back and forth. I'll tell you what leg to hold up when we get to that round. But yeah, let's get right into it. Here comes the timer. 15 jumping jack swings, 10 tricep press with your right foot off the ground. You got 60 seconds. We're going in 5, 3, 2, 1, and 15 jumping jack swings. Begin. We're coming up on our halfway mark right now. Remember, right leg up when you do your tricep. All right, 10 seconds. We're going into round 2. Back to your jumping jack swings. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Round 2, jumping jack swings. Begin. Again, now that we're through the first round, I know it sucks to listen to me and try to process what I'm saying while counting your reps. But you need to focus on your tempo. Go as fast as you safely can during this, so don't try to rush it. But tempo is important for the every minute on the minute. We are at our halfway mark right now. You've got 30 seconds left. We're going left leg up when you do your triceps. Use that first round that we did as a gauge on what your tempo should be during these moves. We're on our last 10 seconds. Back to the jumping jack swings in 5, 3, 2, 1. Round 3, jumping jack swings. Begin. So yeah, use these rounds. If you're dying already, knock these numbers down just a little bit, or just run out that minute with the triceps and then go right back into it. We're going to go right leg up again when you get to your triceps. You're focusing on your pattern, you're focusing on your form, and you're focusing on your breath while you do this. This is our halfway mark right now. We have 1 round left before we go into our break. That break is going to be just long enough for me to explain the next move to you. the next moves to you. You've got 15 seconds here. Going on to our last round in 10 seconds. So back to the jumping jack swings in 5, 3, 2, 1, and back to your jumping jack swings. Begin. Hey, hey. You live? I am, yeah. You're good though. Okay. I got distracted at the last count. We're halfway in right now though. We're going left leg up again for your triceps. Ten seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and kettlebells down. Let the breath come down. We're going on to new moves now. We're going to start off on the ground. Based on what kettlebell you have, I don't have any here. If you have a sport style kettlebell or a bigger kettlebell that has a wider base, you're welcome to either go hand on your handle or hand on the globe. If you have a small kettlebell, might be a little bit too unstable for those ones, I tell people to tip them over so that the handle's on the ground. You're still stabilizing a little bit with your hand on the globe, but you run less risk of spraining your wrist. We're going to go right hand on the kettlebell for the first 2 rounds. After the 2 rounds, I'm going to tell you to switch over to the left, but we're doing a push-up with a shoulder tap. So again, either on the handle, on the globe, or on the globe tipped over. And based on your strength level, you can either go regular push-up position or kneeling push-up position, but if you're kneeling, I don't want to see your butt sticking out. You still need that straight line from your knees through your hips to your shoulders. Our right hand is going to stay on the kettlebell. We have 10 push-ups with a shoulder tap. So get low, bring it up, tap your shoulder. So 10 push-ups with a shoulder tap, and then we're going to come to standing. We're going to go pretty quick. We're going to load into our squat and do 10 bicep curls. So you're going to stay in your squat while you curl. 10 push-ups, right hand on the kettlebell, 10 bicep curls at the bottom of your squat. Make sure your arms are fully extending. You're not doing little half curls, and you're not in a resting squat. Here comes the timer. In 5, right hand on the bell. 3, 2, 1. 10 push-ups, tap your shoulder. Begin. Two-hand grip on the kettlebell when you go into your curls. We're at our halfway mark. When we go into round 2, in 15 seconds, right hand still on the kettlebell. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back into your plank. Right hand on. 10 push-ups. Timer's going. Still focusing on tempo here. We are halfway in. This round is our halfway mark on this block. You have 20 seconds left. Should be able to get a little rest time in here. When we go into our third round, left hand on the bell. Last 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Left hand on, 10 push-ups. Timer's going. We have one more round here. 15 seconds left on this one. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and left hand on your bell. Timer's going. 10 push-ups. For those of you watching, sorry I keep looking off to the side. I usually use my phone as my timer. I'm just going to grab the clock and set it down here so I can see it a little bit better. I'm not going to make you do the moves longer. Halfway in. We have a little breather after this as I explain the next moves. Fifteen seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax, kettlebell down. Focus on your breath right now, let it come back down. We're gonna go, again, our first 2 rounds, we're gonna focus on our right hand only. And then the second 2 rounds, we'll switch over to our left hand. This one, we are running out the timer. So this one, we're gonna do 5 jumps to clean and press. If you're going low impact, if you can't jump, or if it's too bad on your knees, squat and then come up to tippy toes. So right hand, 5 jump to clean and press. And it's gonna look like this. So right hand from the ground, squat to pick it up, hop, tap the ground, rack, and press. Tap the ground. Hop, clean, and press. After you get through 5, set your kettlebell down. We're doing toe taps on top until the minute is up. So just right at that minute, doing toe taps, you're powering off your back leg. So you're not just touching the tops, you're gonna power off your back leg to switch. All right, we are going in 10 seconds. Right hand, jump, clean, and press. 3, 2, 1, jump, tap the ground, rack, and press. For 5. Again, I'm doing this class, we're not doing any snatches today, but I'm doing this under the assumption that you know how to properly clean without letting the kettlebell smack your arm. If you're struggling with that, again, please reach out to me. Let me know and I'll help you after the class is done. We're halfway in. You got toe taps on top of your bell until the timer goes out. You're making sure you're not kicking your bell. If you're afraid you're gonna kick it, Have it off to the side, just pretend that the kettlebell is there. 10 seconds. Still in our right hand, jump, tap, clean and press. 3, 2, 1, and round 2, begin. Jump, tap, rack, press. We got to get through 2 more rounds on our left hand after this, and then that's going to be the last of our every minute on the minute blocks. This is our halfway mark right now. Keep it going. "15 seconds. Really focus on your breathing pattern as you're doing those hops and as you're doing the taps. Last 5 seconds into your left hand. 3, 2, 1. From the ground. Jump, tap, rack, press. 5 on your left. These are going to be the last rounds where you have to focus on counting your repetitions. After this, I'm just going to go on a timer. We'll have just enough time in between for me to explain the next move to you. You're more than halfway in on this one. 1 more round for your left hand. We've got about 20 seconds left here. Coming up on your last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last round, left hand from the ground. Jump, tap, rack, and press 5 times. And then toe taps on top of your bell until the minute runs out. Again, no more counting after this round. I'm just going to be telling you when to switch moves on the next. We have 2 more big blocks left. When we go into those blocks, we're going to be doing 45 seconds on with a 15-second break for me to explain what the next move is going to be. You're halfway into this. You should be on your toe taps, if not now, very soon. Still making sure you're not kicking your kettlebell and stubbing your toes. You're on your last 15 seconds. Keep it going. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Good job, everybody. That was the last of our every minute on the minute, so we're taking a little bit of a break right now. Let the breathing come back down. Most of you should know we do not rest in these break periods. We're not just sitting down and relaxing. We're keeping our bodies moving, but we're focusing on our breath coming back down. Looking at the torture book here, I don't think that there's anything super important that I need to touch on, especially if you're a regular in class with me. I will be giving some modifications for some of the harder moves. Like I said, we're not doing any snatches today, so as long as you have that clean, we're good. Yeah. So we have 10 moves that we're starting off with. This is going to be our next block. 45 seconds on with a 15-second break for me to tell you what the next move is going to be. All of these moves are going to be standing. We do have one where we're doing walkout plank, so it's going to be a little bit of back and forth. And then when we go on to our second block to finish the workout, a lot of that is going to be on the ground with core. But 99% of this block that we're about to do is going to be standing. We're going to start off, our first 3 moves are going to be in our right hand only. So I'll specify again, even though I sound like a broken record, I'll specify, hey, right hand, this is the move that we're doing. we're going to start off with a reset swing. So from the front, again, don't start until I say the timer's going. That's your one warning. If you start before I say start, bonus points, more power to you. But the reset swing, right hand only, hinge at the hips, kettlebells in front of you, tip it until it's leaning towards you. You're going to hike it through, exhale at the top, step back down. So every swing is a brand new swing. Hike through, swing, through the legs, back to the ground. Again, last time I'm going to say it. I'm doing this under the assumption that you know how to swing and that you know how to do a proper clean or a rack. If you're struggling with those, just do single arm deadlifts right now. So if you're not comfortable with the reset, modifications would be, level 1, basic deadlift. Bring it all the way back up, so stretch through the hamstrings, strong back, flex your butt to stand up. Level 2, basic single hand swing. Level 3 is the reset swing. So 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're going to go in 10. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and timer's going. Hike through, tap it back down. Try to get that exhale when the kettlebell is weightless. Make sure you're breathing on this one. No matter what variation you're doing, flex that butt every time you come all the way up. You should feel that tension in your posterior chain. So hamstrings, butt, lower back, all stand strong. 10 seconds left here. 5 seconds, we're going to still be in our right hand. 3, 2, 1, and kettlebell in your right hand. We're going to do a single leg deadlift. So our right leg is going to go back as we hinge forward. As I come up, I'm going to rack, and my right leg is going to lunge forward. So hinge, right leg back, lunge as you rack. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1, hinge, rack, and lunge. Left foot stays on the ground, right leg goes back, right leg goes forward. If you're struggling with balance, keep your toes on the ground. Don't put weight on that back leg, but you can use it like a little kickstand as you hinge and then step forward with it. 15 seconds. One more move on our right hand, in our right hand. 5, 3, 2, 1. Load up in your right hand, keep it racked. Right leg curtsy, get low, come up, and press. Curtsy to press. 3, 2, 1, begin. If you're one of my more advanced followers, you can do a circle swing into your clean. So from the top, push it to the left, rack, curtsy, and press. $15 seconds left. We're going to go two-hand grip, bottoms up next. 5, 3, 2, 1. Bottoms up. Halo. Pivot. Push it to the sidewall. Under the chin. Pivot. Push to the side. Let's start going to the right. 3, 2, 1. To the right. Pivot. Push to the right. Under the chin. To the left. Pivot. To the left. Keep it going. You want to make sure when you're doing those extensions that your hips and your shoulders are facing the direction that you're extending out to, keeping your lower back strong. 20 seconds left. We're going to stay with our two-hand grip next. We're going to start with the kettlebell on the ground. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Kettlebell between the feet. You're going to squat, not hinge. Squat to pick up the bell. Jump. Set it down. Walk into a plank. In 3, 2, 1. Jump. Set it down. Walk out. Bring it all the way back. Make sure that as you're walking your hands back, you're not smacking your butt on your kettlebell. It doesn't feel good. And before you pick up the kettlebell, you are completely reloading your body. So when you're walking back, you're not going to grab the kettlebell like this. You're going to load up your legs. You're going to get your spine neutral before you pick it up. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. We got figure eights next. Last 3, 2, 1. Doesn't matter what hand you start in. We're going to do a little figure eight through the leg. So we're switching hands here. We're going in 5 seconds. Notice it's staying pretty close to my body. I'm not doing big dramatic moves. 3, 2, 1. Loop it through the legs. Again, if you're one of the more advanced kettlebell swingers, slingshot, bowler catch. So you can get that little bicep curl at the top. We have 4 moves left before we take our next break. 15 seconds here. We're going to go into our left hand for our curtsy to press. You've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're in our left. Which means left leg curtsy, left arm press. Or advanced, push it to the right, circle swing, clean, left leg curtsy. 2, 1, begin. Make sure you're getting your press at the top, no matter what variation you're doing. And I miss doing these kettlebell classes with you guys. I know that I said that we have that strict timeline here of the 45 with a 15-second break. Again, be safe. If you feel yourself losing form, 10 seconds left. I'll finish this during the next move. Last 3, 2, 1, and we're going into the single leg deadlift with the front lunge. So in your left leg back. Rack it, left leg forward. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1, left leg back. Clean, left leg forward. If you feel yourself slipping on form, don't be a tough guy about it. Or tough guy or tough girl, don't overextend yourself here. If your form is slipping, set your bell down, shake it out, take a few deep breaths, slow it down, and then go back into it. As much as I love torturing you guys, I love keeping you guys safe more. So I'm here to build you up. I'm not here to break you. We've got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and left hand reset swing. So from the ground, it's about 1.5 feet in front of you. Hinge. Tip it towards you. Hike. Exhale. swing, tap down. 2, 1, reset swing, begin. Same modifications. If you need to do this as just a single hand deadlift or a single hand basic swing, whatever variation, whatever level you're at, that's what you're working right now. Your focus is to stretch through the hamstrings on the down, the flexion of your butt on the way back up. 15 seconds. We have one more move, and we're taking a little break. I know those breaks are disappointing to you guys, I'm sorry. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to finish this round off with jumping high pulls. So again, the kettlebell is going to start between your feet. You are squatting, not hinging. So hips go down, butt doesn't go back. So keep your chest high, two-hand grip. From the ground, as you come up, feet come together, and you're going to bring that handle to your collarbone, and then tap it back down. The top of this move should be a V shape with the kettlebell at the bottom. You're not trying to bring the kettlebell in front of your face. We are going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jumping high pulls. Should be a fast step at the top. Control down. Focus on your breath. If you, again, low impact if you're not jumping. Tap the ground. As you do your high pull, feet together, and then step out, just alternate legs. "20 seconds left, and we have a break. Last 10. Last 3, 2, 1, and set your kettlebell down. Get something to drink. Keep your bodies moving. We have 3 moves on this next block. They're going to be standing. We're going to be doing one standing move. Then we're going to come to the ground for quite a while. We're going to be working a lot on core, and then we're going to finish with our last 2 standing moves. This time we're going to knock it down just a little bit. We're going to be doing 40 seconds on instead of 45, still with a 15-second break. If you're doing this workout after, I'm just trying to keep this all on the live feed. And if you're thinking that this has been way too easy for you, you can adjust these times as much as you want. I'm going to post the picture of all the moves in my torture book after this. So if you want to save it, you can go through and you can set your own timers to this later if you're not doing it with me right now. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into it too much. For explaining the moves right now, I'll explain the first move and then I'll just explain the rest as we're going through. Our first move, very important that you do not kick your kettlebell. I think we can all just agree from now on that that rule always exists. Please don't ever kick your kettlebell. If you have a trainer that's telling you to kick your kettlebell, you need a different trainer. Whatever leg is back, that's the hand that we're going to be rowing with. So start with the kettlebell between your feet. We're going to get one leg back. So right leg goes back. I'm going to plant it on the ground so you can see it from the side. Kettlebell's between my feet. Right leg back. I'm keeping a strong neutral spine. Row. I'm going to try to keep my shoulders and my chest right here as I switch my stance. So set it down, switch, row. So I'm doing a split stance, alternating with rows. Row, set it down, switch. Row, set it down, switch. Whatever leg is back is your rowing hand. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1, and one leg back. Row, hop and switch. Row, hop and switch. Low impact if you need to. Hinge forward, row, stand back up, and switch. So if you can't jump, You can, there's still ways to modify this. Just make sure your back is staying strong, especially during those rows. All right, we're coming on to our last 10 seconds here. We're gonna come down to the ground. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming down to the ground. We're gonna be on our butts. We're gonna get our shoulders back. So I'm not just sitting on the ground. I'm leaning back, I'm keeping a strong back. I'm feeling this through my core. Right hand, shoulders back, and press. Bonus points if you don't let your feet touch the ground. 3, 2, 1, shoulders back, right hand press. So even though this is a press, I want you feeling this in your core. If you're not, lean those shoulders back just a little bit more, or get your feet off the ground. Make sure your spine is staying neutral while you do this. And this is a control move, so we're not trying to bang out the reps. We're going nice and slow. We're focusing on control. You have 10 seconds here. 5, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to stay in our right hand. We're coming all the way onto our back now. We're doing our scorpion sit-ups. This one, before we get started, I will specify, if you haven't done this one with me, or if you lack some shoulder mobility, do this without the kettlebell. So you can set whatever weight you have down off to the side, just until you get the movement. Otherwise, weights in your right hand, you're laying all the way down. Right leg is going to tap over to the side. As you come up, throw that foot down, sit all the way up. So my kettlebell stays pointing to the ceiling the entire time, or my free hand stays pointing to the ceiling the entire time. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the ceiling. Right leg folds over. Throw that foot down. Sit up slow as you come back down. As you're doing this, you're not flopping onto your back. You're going to power up, and you're going to roll one little bit of your spine down at a time onto the ground. So you're going to roll onto your back, leg folds over, power as you sit up. You have 10 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and that is going to bring us into our plank. We're going to have our kettlebell in our right hand. We're going to go left forearm on the ground. We're not going into a hand plank, we're on our forearm. I don't care if you're across the body or straight. Your right hand kettlebell, we're going to saw it into the ground. So push it away, pull it back. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and plank. Push it away. Bring it back. You're going to try to keep that handle straight up and down, so you don't have it parallel to the ground. You have it up and down as you push and pull. Based on what flooring you're on, this move might suck quite a bit. We have the thick rubber floors here. There's a lot of friction. It's hard to push and pull. If you're on carpet, it's going to be a little bit easier. If you're on a hardwood floor, please put a towel down or something. That will make it easier, but don't ruin your floors for this move. You have 10 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to roll onto our backs again. This time we're going to get our kettlebell on our hips. Gentlemen, watch your placing on this, please. We're going to go into a bridge. So we're all the way on our back. We're getting our heels all the way to our butt. We're resting the kettlebell on our hips. We're going to do alternating leg bridges. So one leg up, bridge. As you come back down to switch, don't let your butt touch the ground. Get about an inch off the ground and then switch. So alternating leg bridge. Going in 3, 2, 1, begin. Load up the weight on your hips. Drive one foot all the way up to the ceiling. your butt about an inch back out to the ground and switch legs. This move here is the mark of our halfway through this block. So we have 5 moves left. We're going to go through, we're going to hit all those left side moves that we did on the right side to begin with. You're at about 10 seconds left. So we're going to load back up into our V-sit in our left hand for those presses. 3, 2, 1, and load up left hand. Shoulders back, bonus point if your feet don't touch the ground, left hand press. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1, shoulders back, left hand press. I am seeing some comments pop up. Sorry, I will read those after, so if you're asking me specific questions right now, I'll answer you when I'm done. If you're just throwing out slews of curse words at me and telling me to go jump off a cliff, I totally understand. I don't blame you. You have about 10 seconds left here. Last 3, 2, 1, and that's going to put us into our scorpion on the other side. So left hand to the ceiling, left leg moves, tap it to the side, throw it down and sit up. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1, left hand up, left leg folds over to the right. As it comes back up, throw it down, use the momentum of that leg to do your sit up. You're coming on to your last 15 seconds here. I know the time goes by when you're having this much fun. That's going to bring us into what everybody has said is their favorite move so far, that body saw with our left hand. 2, 1, and right forearm on the ground, either across the body or straight up and down. Left hand pushes away and then pulls back. Going in 3, 2, 1, left hand body saw, begin. This is going to bring us onto our last 2 moves. We're coming up to standing after this. We have about 2 minutes left of this workout, so we are very close to the end. All that energy that you're saving up, now's the time to get it out. We're going to come up to standing in about 15 seconds. We'll do a little bit of stretching after this, but we are almost done, I promise. 3, 2, 1, and coming up to standing. Again, I know I'm so boring and predictable. We are starting with the kettlebell between our feet. We are going to be doing alternating cleans with a lateral lunge. So if my right hand picks it up, my right leg's going to step out to the side. I'm going to set it back down and I'm going to hit the other side. So right hand, clean, right leg lateral lunge. If you can go full Cossack, more power to you. Just work within your range of motion. Stand back up, set it down, switch sides. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Clean, lateral lunge. Bring it back, set it down, switch hands and legs. So whatever hand has the weight, that is the direction that you're stepping out. We have 1 move left after this. I'm very excited for. Keep it going. We're on our last 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1, and I do not care how you're holding your kettlebell. You can hold it in the goblet style. You can hold it in the bottoms up. You can hold it in the crush grip. Or you can just bear hug it. As long as you're holding it safely and keeping it at your chest, I am happy. We are doing our jumping split lunge. So again, like the lunges I said during our warm-up, when you load up, you don't have your shoulders forward. You have your shoulders loaded right up over your hips. Kettlebell at your chest. Get low. You don't need to tap your knee to the ground, but get close. Hop and switch. We are going in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So get that little power as you do this switch between what leg is in front and in back. Make sure you're focusing on your breathing. Make sure you're landing soft into your lunge. So you are not landing with rigid legs. When you do your split, land soft. So soft knees, get low, power back up to switch. If you are dying right now, or if you're feeling like you're losing form, set that kettlebell down off to the side and do this as body weight. If you're dying with the plyometrics, alternating back lunge. We have about 25 seconds left here. This is the last part of your workout, so push through it right now. Make sure you're breathing. I know that your heart is pounding right now. We're almost there, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and set your kettlebell down somewhere off to the side where you are not going to kick it. We are going to go into our stretching right now. We're just going to do body weight again. For those of you joining me on the TRX class on Monday, a couple days ago, I said I was going to be posting some stretching videos on the Instagram page that you can always go to for a source of how to stretch. We are going to do body weight again right now. When we do Friday's workout, we'll be using the foam roller. So if you don't have a foam roller, once we get done with the workout, you can just go look up one of those stretching videos to do without any equipment. But otherwise, we're going to start laying down on the ground and melting into the ground. So we're focusing on our breath coming back down right now. Every time you exhale, try to let your body sink into the ground just a little bit more. And from here, we're going to draw our knees in. We're going to hug them to our body. We're going to try to get our tailbones up off the ground just a little bit if mobility allows. So you're not just holding your knees, you're trying to pull back so your tailbone comes up just a little bit. And gentle, a little swing back and forth. Almost like you're in the fetal position and traumatized from a workout that I just put you through. And then we're going to open up our hips now. So we're going to keep our knees drawn in. We're going to pull our knees to our body still. And we're going to open them up out to the sides. For your sake, I'm going to keep this as a side visual. I won't change my direction. Nothing you guys need to see. And as we draw back in, left leg is going to extend out. You're going to keep your shoulders glued to the ground, and much like that scorpion sit-up that we were doing, we're going to fold our right leg over. Still trying to keep our shoulders glued to the ground. We're going to rest our foot on the ground. So if you're trying to get your foot too high and it's just hovering, drop it down a little bit. You want it to be able to rest on the ground. Your goal is to get it to about hip height. But again, that's based on what your mobility is. So work in your level here. And then we're going to roll completely onto our left side. Right hand is going to grab your right foot. You're going to pull your heel forward as you push your knee back. So stretching out our quad right now. now we're going to get the other side. So now, on our back, shoulders glued to the ground, left leg folds over. Deep breathing here. Every time your air comes out, get all the air out of your lungs. Relax a little bit more into the stretch. And roll onto your right side so we can stretch out our left quad. So left hand grabs your left foot, pull your heel forward, push your knee back. Slowly release. We're going to come into our tabletop now, so we're going to go hands and knees on the ground. We're going to focus on moving slow. We're going to have our right arm moving. We're going to tuck it underneath our body. We're going to get our ear all the way to the ground. And then we're going to point that hand up to the ceiling. So moving slow. Tuck under. Extend up to the ceiling. Back into your tabletop for your cat-cow. Spine up to the ceiling. Belly button down to the floor. We got just a couple more stretches that we're going to be doing here. Let's go into our left hand moving now. So from your tabletop, left arm under, tap your head to the ground, left hand up to the ceiling. Moving nice and easy. I hope you're all staying safe during this time right now. I know that it's kind of tough, especially if you don't have any equipment at home. If you're struggling to find something to work out with, please do not let that be an excuse for you. Reach out to me. I promise that I can find something for you to work out with. I can find a way to make weights out of anything in your house right now. I can find a way to keep you active during this time. We're going to come into our plank. We're going to fold our right leg underneath our body. We're going to lay down on it. With that being said, useless trivia of the day, the word quarantine. For those of you who don't know where it originates from, and switch legs. So now we're going left leg under. Nice. During the bubonic plague or the Black Death, when people were coming in on ships to certain parts of Europe. So during this time, the plague knocked out about a third of Europe's population. So they were kind of on high alert around 1350 about what they should be doing about this. Come up into your plank. You're going to push your butts back. So we're going to go into our downward dog. We're going to start to pedal out our hips. So when people were, pedal out our heels. As people were coming over on ships, if they were coming from a place that was known to have a lot of the plague, they would be locked on the ship initially for 30 days, and they called it a Trentino. And then they changed it to 40 days, Quarantino, and then we adapted it to quarantine. So initially the quarantine was a 40-day break from everybody else that you might get sick. Bring it back down. Thank you so much for sticking around with me in the workout. And that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll do it again soon.